Abuelita, why are you going to this march today, and what is the symbol on this sign?
Well, that sign and that symbol represents my past and my alliance with my nation. And the march today, well, it's for us Mexicans to come together and remember something horrible that happened 40 years ago. Have I ever told you about my friend Lupe?
No.
Well, she reminds me a lot of you. And now that you're old enough, I guess I should introduce you to Señorita Lupe Rodriguez. She was my best friend when we were younger, and let me go ahead and tell you about her story.
Please.
Another poster, Lupe.
Maria, you know what this is all about. Why don't you just come with me this weekend?
No, it's dangerous. And I'm scared.
Maria, this revolution is going to happen with or without us. And I need to be a part of it. Why won't you come with me, you big coward?
No! And you shouldn't either. And besides, people get killed out there. And you're a woman. And now, they're calling you a whore because you spent the night at the university with the Guardia. You can help in other ways, Lupe. Just anything but going onto the street and getting into the fight.
The revolution needs us. It needs us to get our country back in the right direction. Were you not listening to Lapita today? Her words, her speech, so encouraging. Popular entre la grilla era la tita, la mujer que la UNAM idolatraba.
Cut it out, Lupe. We need to help in other ways. We need to have a family and stay home. You know, my parents said I can't hang out with you anymore. And I agree with them.
Turn that shit off! And get me here for supper! God damn.
Maria won't be staying for dinner. Oh, we had a fight. She's being difficult. Tired of her stupid ideas, and she won't go with me this weekend.
What do you mean she won't go with you this weekend? You mean that protest? No. That university protest is happening this weekend. Absolutely not, Lupe. People in my office are talking about how their children are trying to get involved, and I will not allow my daughter to go out there and make a fool of this household in the family name.
And you're a woman.
Your brother is out there fighting for this stupid cause, and now my daughter is trying to tell me she wants to go out there too? No, Lupe, not in this house you won't.
How can you just sit back and let our government do this to us? If I were a boy, I'd get to go out and do everything. It's so not fair. Because I'm a girl, you expect me to stay cooped up in the house, having babies, doing the dishes, staying modest. I want to be respected as a professional. I want to make sure that this change happens in my lifetime. I'm not going to continue to live in these conditions.
I remember Lupe's father being so mad. He kicked her out that night, and she had to go spend the night at her friend's house. But after that, she became even more involved, going to protest.
Amigos, we are united here today to bring attention to the cause our movement faces. These are bad times for Mexico, our family, and our students. We cannot let our nation sell a false image of what it really is. Together we can bring attention to not only the poverty and injustice faced by the majority, and shut down the ridiculous displays of modernity surrounding us. Let's use all this attention to promote our cause.
Now, the fact that we're all gathered here today shows how far that we've come. Our individual efforts mean nothing unless we organize them. Now, since most of us here are university students, we will set up our headquarters by the university. And we need volunteers, as many as that we can get. We need strong men who can stand with us and march and face down the police when necessary. We need women who can cook and organize our offices. Now, like our leaders in Cuba, we will not allow these women to have a leadership role. We must rely on the strength and intellect of our men to build a better Mexico.
Hey! You think what you're doing is right for this movement?
You deal with this.
I don't know what you're talking about. If you don't like how we're doing this, then you don't need to be part of it.
I want to participate in this movement too. Just having me cook and clean isn't going to do anything to help you. You're too stuck in your machista mindset.
This is my organization, under my leadership. Now, if you don't like the way things are going, you don't need to be part of it.
How can you be so blind? We women can help you and will help strengthen your image.
What do you know of history? What revolution has there been in the past that has been led by women and that has been successful, especially in Mexico? Now, even if you did have some valid endpoints, the government would laugh if we had a woman leader.
You have no idea what it's like to be in a movement that doesn't support you. We can help you.
And you're a whore.
And if we get past machismo, we can make this happen. Just let us help you.
You know what? Fine. In the next march, we'll give you some kind of small role. Now, if you don't mind,
Okay, you've got a deal.
The morning of the march, my stomach was in knots. I knew Lupe would be out protesting, and I had to try and stop her. Luckily, my house was on her way to the protest at the university, so when I saw her, I ran outside and tried to stop her.
Lupe! Lupe! Don't try to keep me from harm. We're in harm if we don't change, if we don't reform. But there's still time. Why don't you just come with me, Maria?
No, it's not my fight. And I don't understand why it's your fight either. Just please, come inside with me. Que Dios te acompañe. That morning, Lupe walked into a peaceful protest with lots of chants and signs. Suddenly, however, gunshots were heard in the distance and a gang of policemen approached, shooting at the protesters, and all hell broke loose. The massacre ensued.
La oscuridad engendra la violencia, y la violencia pide oscuridad para cuajar el crimen. Por eso, el 2 de octubre aguardó hasta la noche, para que nadie viera la mano que empuñaba el arma, sino solo su efecto de relámpago. ¿Quién es el que mata? ¿Quiénes los que agonizan, los que mueren, los que se quedan mudos para siempre de espanto? La plaza amaneció barrida. Los periódicos dieron como noticia principal el estado del tiempo. No hubo ningún cambio de programa, ningún anuncio intercalado.
There were bodies everywhere. I was so frightened, but left inside while my father went out to help those in need. I couldn't stand the thought of Lupe lying helpless somewhere, so I myself ran outside. I screamed through the streets, "Lupe! Lupe! Lupe!" And finally, when I had almost given up hope, I found her dead body. I fell to my knees and cried out. I could not believe that my friend got killed, fighting for a cause she truly believed in.
But her memory lives on, no?
Yes, it does. It does indeed. We're marching today to remember those who died and Lupe. The cause, however, is not dead. 1968 was only the beginning.
Lupe! 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 Lupe!
And everything emptying into our